What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Catacombs.
All right, so here we go. Dr. Umar Johnson took to Instagram last Thursday to be exact. He said he was offered $10,000 to do an interview with Vice President Kamala Harris and went on to say that he believes other celebrities are being paid to support Vice President Kamala for her bid for the White House, right? Umar specifically called you out, Steve. He called out Ricky Smiley. He claimed that both of you were paid to support Kamala Harris's campaign. Here's what he said. He said, quote, Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, I love you both. No hate to my big brothers. But if we're going to be honest, Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Can we please be honest? Can we? The black vote ain't for sale no more, end quote. So, you know, we've had Vice President Harris on the show many times. So let's address this bogus claim. Please, Steve.
Well, first of all, we're going to have her on her again, or how many other times it's needed to get her into office.
To get the vote.
Brother Umar, let me say this, man. I absolutely love some of the things you say.
It always happens. They always start off with a compliment. That's like Media 101. You start off with a compliment. I love everything you say, you know, blah, 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 blah. Just before they begin to disrespect you. Yeah, come on, man. Let's keep going.
I really, really do, man. Some of the stuff I don't always agree with, but ain't nobody got to agree with everything I say. But let me clear the air on something.
Please.
You can't hire Steve Harvey for $10,000 to do nothing.
I do want to address that really quick. I've seen some other YouTubers as well address this particular point right here about him you can't hire Steve Harvey for $10,000 to do nothing. Now, granted, you know, the man has worked he worked his butt off, and he built his brand up. So yes, he's definitely earned a higher price tag than $10,000. But to brag about it in this particular fashion, to be so condescending when he says it. And the funny thing about it is, it wasn't Dr. Umar who said he was getting paid $10,000. I listened to what Umar said. He said that he was offered, that as in Dr. Umar was offered $10,000 himself. He didn't say that Steve Harvey got offered $10,000. In fact, I think Steve Harvey would have gotten paid a lot more. Like he just said, you can't come out and ask me to do anything for $10,000. He probably got paid more, or maybe he didn't get a monetary compensation, like dollars or anything like that. He probably got something else that, you know, he wouldn't disclose. But there's no way in hell that this man is doing what he's doing right now for the free. I just don't see it. He says it in this particular segment that he's not being paid anything, maybe not dollars, you know, but he's definitely getting something. So there's no way that you're not getting anything, Mr. Harvey. So yeah, let's keep going right now. Oh, before I keep going, it's extremely condescending to say something like that, especially to the thousands or tens of thousands of people that listen to his morning show, who will never get a $10,000 paycheck just off top. Everyone works paycheck to paycheck, or not that many people make $10,000 in a month, let alone in just one transaction, the way that Steve can possibly do, 10 times over. So for him to talk like that shows just how out of touch this man and others like him are. And it's this election is something else, man. It's bringing out some real colors of people.
Let me just A that out the way. I don't know where you got that number from, but you can't offer Steve Harvey $10,000 to do nothing. You can go through the industry and ask about me. Let me tell you something. Omar, let me tell you something, man. And there ain't no hate here at all, cause I like some of the work he does. I really do. Yeah. Listen, man, I don't do nothing for $10,000. Don't even insult. Don't insult the brand equity that I've built over these 30 years of television. I just don't, man. And I'm doing this absolutely free of charge because I want this country to be in her hands as opposed to Donald Trump's hands.
And exactly why do you want to want this country to be in her hands. I would love to hear some actual tangibles and some actual policy. You see how this goes, man? Anti-Daniels points this out a lot. They only talk about Trump bad. There's only being against Trump. They will not offer anything of a reason why I or anyone else should be for Kamala Harris. Why should I be for her? You're saying that you rather it be in her hands, but only because you don't want it in Trump's hands. But why? What is your reasoning behind all of this?
That's why I do it. Now, me and Ricky Smiley happen to be on the same page. Now, we Q's now, and so is D.L. Hughley. Q's kind of run the airways of black radio.
Now, see, that's something that I learned from listening to this segment. I had no idea about that. And him saying they're on the same page, they're Q's. This goes back to Ricky Smiley's whole rant about the Greek the Black Greek fraternities, Kappa Theta Iota, Abba Yabba Dabba Do, all of that other nonsense. Like, these people are really holding that up to such high esteem that they're willing to just throw their vote to anybody that has joined a fraternity. So I mean, like, come on, man, like that is absolute insanity, and it just shows how politically illiterate a lot of black people are. And it's absolute insanity for me. So he made it a point, just like Ricky Smiley made it a point to point out that they have fraternities and all of that foolishness. That's really telling. That's really telling because it tells. I said this before. I'm not in a fraternity, and the majority of black people are not in the fraternities. And I'm talking. When I say black people, I want to be very clear. I'm talking about foundational Black Americans or ADOS, the black people whose ancestors were enslaved in this country. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the immigrants that came over here from Africa or the Caribbean. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people who've been here the entire time. Most of us are not part of any fraternity. So why in the hell, again, Steve, Ricky, DL, why in the hell do y'all keep bringing that up? It's literally a non-issue. Why y'all bringing up these fraternities, these Greek this and Greek that, like that? I don't care about these Kappa Theta, yabba dada, Buddha Buddha, bada bada bada, but whatever the hell, I don't care, and a lot of black people don't care. What are the policies that you want us to support this woman for? What are the policies that she's championing? I can't even talk right now. What are the policies that she's for, other than killing black babies? Because reproductive rights, that we know what that actually means, and who she's really targeting when it comes to that, which is black women. What else is she doing? I need to know that. I have to know that. Explain it. These people can't do it.
Okay.
All right, Purple and Gold.
Okay. But we also understand what's at stake here. So no, I haven't received a single dollar from anybody to do what I do. And I'm doing it gladly for free. Yes. And I'm going to freely have her on here again and again and again. I am going to freely ask soft-ass questions. I am going to freely lob the basketball so she can slam dunk all these questions.
And that right there is the problem, Steve. That's why there's so much pushback that you, DL, Ricky Smiley, and so many people like you are getting. You're getting this pushback because you're not asking for anything. You're not demanding anything. Meanwhile, other groups are demanding something. Like, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but we're not doing the best in this country. I just looked at a poll where now Hispanics are making more money than black people, when that wasn't the case just a few short years ago. So, again, Steve, why are we voting for her again? You got to explain that, man. You have to explain that. I just don't get it. Like, I understand people coming up for a better life and stuff like that. That's cool. That's on them. That's their tangibles. That's their agenda. What is ours? Steve, you're going to ask her these soft-ass questions and give her lobs and give her a slam dunk and then get nothing in return? Like, I don't understand. This is how there's no way in hell that you're doing this for so-called free. You may not be getting dollars, but you're getting something. So is DL, so is Ricky, and others like y'all.
Yes, I'm going to freely sit here and agree. So the black vote is not for sale, but it is a very important block of votes that can control the outcome of this election.
So if it's so important, why not ask for something? Why not ask for tangibles? It's an important part of this election. Okay, I'm with you. So we should use that power for a promise from this woman who is, at this point, damn near begging for black support. Come on, Steve. Thought you was better than that. Thought you was smarter than that.
If I have my way, if it is within God's will, she would be the next president of the United States, because the alternative, see, there's only two people running for president.
Yeah.
It's Kamala Harris, Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, or Donald Trump. That's the choice. Yeah. So I don't know. And if somebody offered you 10, you should have took it. But ain't nobody offered me nothing. But please don't insult me and offer.
You see how condescending that was? These people are out of touch, man. And he's definitely voting against Trump. He didn't give. He's been talking. I think if you just let this segment play, he was talking for maybe 2 minutes. He didn't offer a single tangible reason of why anyone should vote for it. It's just, well, the alternative is Donald Trump. Okay, well, if the alternative was anybody else, fill in the goddamn blank. Like, that's how we're supposed to vote? Oh, anybody with an R next to the name? No, we can't do that. Anybody with a G, Green Party? We can't do that. With an L, Libertarian? We can't do that. Hell, Forward Party from Andrew Yang? I can't do that. It always has to be a person with a D next to their name. So go ahead, continue to bend over and take the D, Steve, DL Hughley, Ricky Smiley, and anybody else who thinks like them. That's fine. You guys can go ahead and do that and get nothing in return. Just go ahead, continue getting your D. Get your D. All right, yeah, go ahead, keep getting your D. Just because, yeah. Anyway. That's all for this, man. I'm not going to let this go too long. My last video with Ricky Smiley went on a lot longer than I normally like to go on. But this election is getting so ridiculous. It's getting out of control. And it just keeps getting better and better. So, yeah, man, I'm going to leave it there. Till the next one, y'all be easy.